माननीय उपसभापति जी,
sir, let us start the discussion. Please don't disturb. Please go back to your seat. I request Chidambaram, Mr. Chidambaram can speak now.
These guys are here. See, I told you.
Please go back. Please go back.
They're coming into the well. You watch that. Mr. Vice Chairman.
Honorable Vice Chairman, I want to make one submission. Yesterday we had a debate in this House. For 2 full days, we discussed the motion of thanks on President's address in a correct parliamentary manner. It's most unfortunate and unprecedented in the history of Indian Parliament that the Parliamentary Affairs Minister is encouraging disruption of this House. He wants the opposition to apologize for what happened, the dynamics in the other House. This House heard the Prime Minister. You should make truthful statement. And Parliamentary Affairs Minister, who himself has violated every parliamentary norm, is not the right person to tell us about our commitment to democracy. We have a commitment to democracy. That's why we heard the Prime Minister without interruption. Please go back. We heard everyone. Hello. There was no interruption. How can you say that? He has said so. Yes, he has questioned us. And I have to write to
Mr.
answer.
Ramesh.
You stay out of it.
Mr. Ramesh, please cooperate.
We will answer back. We cannot be bullied. They are holding Parliament to ransom. They do not believe in parliamentary democracy. They don't believe in democracy itself. Parliamentary Affairs Minister. Most unfortunate what has happened.
Deputy Chairman, sir, it is very unfortunate that the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Shri Anand Sharmaji, is telling again and again that the Parliamentary Affairs Minister is inciting the situation. But he should understand, and Ghulam Nabi ji should understand, that none other than Srimati Sonia Gandhi, she incited that awkward situation in the other house, in the Lok Sabha, sir. And one minute, sir, 1 minute. I am coming to that. He is talking about the commitment to democracy. What is his commitment to democracy, sir? What happened is during emergency, everybody knows that they extended the term of the Parliament 1 year without the mandate of the Constitution. Not only that, they put all the opposition parties, including your party,
Now you ask your best.
more than 1 lakh people.
Now you ask your best.
And now they are preaching sermons about democracy to Bharatiya Janata Party. Sir, Parliament is on. both houses combined together, this is Parliament. It is bicameral. And the Honorable Prime Minister is the leader of the entire Parliament. When he is leader of the entire Parliament, whether he is speaking in this house or whether he is speaking in that house, he cannot be disturbed, sir. And there, she wants discussion or not? You want discussion or not? UPA chairperson is the chairperson for the entire UPA. I am asking you, you want discussion on budget or not? You want discussion on budget or not? Protest is over the Prime Minister who was giving reply. We are ready for discussion on the budget, sir. We are ready for discussion. Members are agitated. Members, हमारे जो सदस्य हैं, I request your members to keep silent. I request through you, the Honorable Chidambaram, to speak. I request Honorable Chidambaram, former finance minister, one of the leaders of the Congress party, let him speak. Let people listen. But when all our members are agitated about their behavior, they will be protesting. उनका आक्रोश तो अपने जगह पर रहेगा, वो आक्रोशित है, वो अपना आक्रोश को दर्ज करते रहेंगे। उस बीच में वो बोल सकते हैं सर, वो बोल सकते हैं, उनको बोलने दीजिए। Minister. Sorry, I have to say only one thing, sir. If the Honorable Prime Minister can speak for 2 hours in the other house on the Thanksgiving, on the presidential address, it never happened in 70 years that the Prime Minister was disturbed. The Prime Minister was disturbed by them for full 2 hours. Yet he spoke. We are ready for a debate. As Anand Kumarji said, let Chidambaram start the debate. We are ready for a debate. Yes. Please sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down. Let Anand Sharma. Anand Sharma, please shortly. माननीय उपसभापति महोदय, हमने सरकार से, सभापति महोदय से बात करके संसद को सुचारू रूप से चलाने के लिए पूर्ण सहयोग दिया। इस सदन के अंदर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की बात सुनी, पर उसके बावजूद ये कहना मंत्रियों के द्वारा कि विपक्ष ने, कांग्रेस पार्टी ने बात नहीं सुनी। कल रिकॉर्ड निकाल कर देखिए, प्रधानमंत्री बोले हैं, सबने सुना है। प्रधानमंत्री को श्री चिदम्बरम टू स्पीक नहीं था। प्लीज श्री चिदम्बरम टू स्पीक। But look at the house. That will come. You speak. You start speak. You start speak. We want to go. Mr. Vice Chairman. I appeal to you. Speak, sir. No, how can I speak with this noise? What do you say speak? You start speak. Shri Chidambaram to speak. Mr. Deputy Chairman. Since yesterday, the House has been waiting to begin a debate on the budget. The budget was presented. You speak. Please speak. I'm speaking. Slowly speak. Slowly speak. They will sit. They will sit. They will sit. Ruling government. We heard the Prime Minister. You speak. No, I can't do that. You doesn't want to do that. Please sit down. See, I appeal to the Deputy Chairman.
heard the Prime Minister with rapt attention yesterday speak on the motion of thanks to the President's address. It would only be proper for this House to have a full debate on the budget.
Please start speaking, Mr. Chidambaram, to speak.
Let the Prime Minister end it.
You sit down.
The Prime Minister spoke about the achievements of his government
Mr. Chidambaram, to speak.
in the last 4 years, and that, of course, the Honourable Prime Minister is entitled to. In fact, I would expect the Honourable Prime Minister to take credit for the achievements of his government. But my disappointment was he stopped there. He didn't go forward. He should have gone forward and told us what can we expect in the last year of this government. The budget is supposed to be the roadmap for the year ahead. But before the budget, there's another document. In fact, a more well-researched document, a more well-argued document, a more well-thought-out document, and a document that is fully supported by facts, figures, and graphs.
Yes.
That is the economic survey presented by the Chief Economic Advisor. Unfortunately, the Chief Economic Advisor has been a good doctor. The patient is a terrible patient. What is the diagnosis of the Chief Economic Advisor? I thought the Honourable Prime Minister will refer to the diagnosis and then say, we understand, the patient is very ill. The patient may be even terminally ill. Our doctor has prescribed a course of treatment, and this is what I plan to do. But we didn't hear a word from the Honourable Prime Minister. I want to start with what the doctor said. So this is what the doctor said. The doctor says, after nearly 4 years in office, the three major challenges that face the economy are education, employment, and agriculture. He defines education as meaning education and health, and then employment, and then agriculture. I speak like a simple peace-loving Tamil, and I ask, if for 4 years you did not address education, health, employment, and agriculture, what have you done for the last 4 years? This is your doctor speaking. And he goes further and says, on education, and I quote, the issue that needs re-emphasizing is education. Looking at the looming technological headwinds and the risks of there being a stall in India's convergence process, the education challenge cannot be addressed soon enough given India's learning outcomes. The second challenge is agriculture. And what did the doctor say? The doctor said, and listen to me, most of us are from rural constituencies. Most of us owe our first allegiance to the farmer. And this is what the doctor says. In the last 4 years, the level of real agricultural GDP and the level of real agricultural revenue has remained constant. For 4 years, real wages has not increased. Real GDP has not increased in agriculture, which means compared to other sectors, the farmer has become poorer and poorer when India's GDP rises. You claim that India's economy has grown by 6%, 6.5%, 7%, the world's fastest growing economy. Thank God you have not claimed we are growing at 100%. But the fact is, while India is growing according to you, the farmers' real wages, the farming sector's real GDP has remained constant. What does that mean? Please understand. Please reflect on that. It means that the farmer, relative to other sections of the society, has become poorer and poorer. And the third challenge is employment. What does the doctor say about employment? He says, India's burgeoning labor force with good high productivity jobs will remain a pressing medium-term challenge. For 4 years, you could not meet this challenge. You have 1 year left. How are you going to meet this challenge in 1 year? You don't have a medium term. You have a 1 year more term. If you have not addressed this challenge over the last 4 years, how are you going to address this challenge in 1 year? This is what the doctor said. So it's unfortunate that the Honorable Finance Minister, the Leader of the House, is not present when we start the discussion on the budget. In fact, I anticipated this. I anticipated he may not be present. He understands the numbers better than anyone else because he's in the chair. I think I understand it fairly well. I am therefore prepared to ask him 12 questions. I know he won't answer it here, he's not here. I hope he will answer it sometime in this house, or I hope he will answer it somewhere. But somewhere the people of this country need answers to the 12 questions that I wish to ask the Honorable Finance Minister on the numbers in his budget. After I ask these questions, I want to talk about a few other things very briefly. First question. The economic survey said there are two macroeconomic vulnerabilities: the fiscal account and the current account. Budget 2018-19 has made the fiscal deficit worse. As against the target of 3.2, you fixed the target of 3.5. And for the next year, as against the target of 3, you fixed the target at 3.3. What I want to ask the government is, while we know the fiscal deficit number for the current year, I want to know what is the current account deficit number for the current year and what is the current account deficit number for the next year.
That's the reason.
Question number 2. Every deficit target has been breached by the budget. Fiscal deficit has been breached. Revenue deficit has been breached. Effective revenue deficit has been breached. Primary deficit has been breached. Will the impact of these deficits be inflationary? Currently, WPI stands at 3.6%. The consumer price index on December stood at 5.2%. Yesterday, the Reserve Bank said April to December 2018, inflation will rise to 5.6%. What I want to ask the government is, what is the government's estimate of average WPI and average CPI in 2017-18 and 2018-19? Question number 3. Thanks to the budget, Treasury bond yields have increased rapidly in the last 6 days.
They're standing in front.
On 31st of January, the interest rate was 7.43%. Yesterday, the yield on treasury bonds rose to 7.57%. I cannot recall a 6-day period in which the treasury bond yield will rise by 14 basis points. What I want to ask the government is this a signal that interest rates across all debt instruments is going to rise? Is this a signal that we are being faced with an inflation in the next 6 months to 12 months? Question number 4. What is your assumption of the crude oil price in the budget? Every budget must assume that crude oil prices will remain at a particular level. I remember July 8, 2008, when crude oil prices crossed $147 a barrel. When you came to government, you got a bonanza. Crude oil prices went below $40. But you wasted that opportunity. Today, crude oil is $67 a barrel. I want to ask the government, suppose the crude oil price rises to $70 a barrel or $75 a barrel. What is the impact on your budget estimates? The most important question on behalf of millions of people who drive two-wheelers, millions of people who ride buses, millions of people who use tractors, will you, as is your want, increase retail prices of petrol and diesel, or will you cut the excise tax and give relief to the poor people? I want a definite answer. When crude oil prices rise, will you cut the excise duty rather than increase the price of petrol? Yes or no? Give us a definite answer. Yes or no? Question number 5. By increasing the fiscal deficit from 3.2 to 3.5 in the current year, you have additionally borrowed 48,000 crore rupees. I want you to understand these numbers. They will understand it later tomorrow when they read it. You increase your borrowing by 48,000 crore. Add to that the 37,000 crore rupees which ONGC borrowed on your behalf. So totally you have borrowed 85,000 crore. I want to ask you, where did this 85,000 crore go in this budget? What did you do with this 85,000 crore? If you look at the number closely, total expenditure increased only by 71,000 crore. Your additional borrowing is 85,000 crore. Total expenditure increases by 71,000 crore. So look closer, you find revenue expenditure. Mark my words. Revenue expenditure, not capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure has increased by 1,07,371 crore. So what have you done? You borrow 85,000 crore, you dip into your capital expenditure, and you spend on revenue account an additional 1,07,371 crore. History will say This is a spendthrift government with true to all norms of fiscal prudence have been thrown out of the window, and you have wasted money on borrowing in the market. Question number 6. What is your capital expenditure? According to the budget estimates, in 2017-18, this is a very serious number. I want you to note this number. According to the budget estimates for the current year, capital expenditure was 3,09,000 crore. According to the revised estimates, capital expenditure is only 2,73,000 crore. There's a shortfall of 36,000 crore. Please tell me, which are the schemes and projects which have been hit by the reduction in capital expenditure? Which project? You should ask. Has Polavaram been hit? You should ask. Has a railway project been hit? You should ask. Has a road project been hit? Which project has been hit? 36,000 crore reduction in capital expenditure. Please give us a list of projects which have been hit. Is this some water? Yeah. Question number 7. Question number 7. Nominal GDP in 2017-18, according to the budget, is estimated to grow at 10.5%. Real GDP will grow by 6.5%. So nominal GDP will grow by 10.5%, real GDP will grow by 6.5%. For next year, you say nominal GDP will grow by 11.5%. What I want to ask is, this additional 1%, will it reflected in the real GDP growth, or will it be reflected in the inflation? According to RBI statement yesterday, this additional 1% will not come by way of growth, will come by way of inflation. Your growth is going to be the same as this year, and that you must answer. Where is this 1% going to go?
The water is there.
Thank you. Now we come to a very sensitive matter. Sir. Question number 8. Before you assumed office, you promised 2 crore jobs a year. Yes. 2 crore jobs a year. According to the International Labour Organization, ILO, a proper job is employment that is certain, regular, and reasonably secure. A job is defined as employment which is certain. Every day you go there, there is work. It is regular, it is every day, 6 days a week. And it is reasonably secure. That is a job. What is your definition of a job? You must answer this question. What is your definition of a job? How many ILO defined jobs have you created in the last 4 years? How many ILO defined jobs have you created in the last 4 years? And in a lighter vein, I must say, will you now recommend to the ILO that selling pakora is also a job? Question number 9. Question number 9. In the budget estimates, customs duty the current year was supposed to be 45,000 crore. Very serious numbers, sir. Very serious numbers. Customs duty estimate was 2,45,000 crore. In the revised estimate, it is only 1,35,000 crore. How did 2,45,000 crore become 1,35,000 crore? What is worse is for next year, customs duty estimate is only 1,12,500 crore. From 2,45,000 crore, this year is 1,35,000 crore, and next year is 1,12,500 crore. This is despite, in the budget, the finance minister has made across the board customs duty increase, a surcharge. After all this, why is customs duty coming down to 1,12,500 crore next year? Why? Is there a story that you have not yet told the country and the people? If there is a story, please tell us the story. Question number 10. Question number 10. I'm a little puzzled by these numbers. You have taken credit for service tax and excise duties up to 30th of June 2017 and for excise revenue on non-GST goods. GST came into effect on 1st of July 2017. Your GST revenue collection for 2017-18 is estimated at 4,44,631 crore. What I want to know is, you have accounted for service tax up to 30th June. You have accounted for excise duty up to 30th June. You have accounted for excise duty on non-GST goods for the whole year. And then you say GST revenue is 4,44,631 crore. My calculation says this is for 9 months. Somebody says, how can it be 9 months? March will come in April. This is only for 8 months. But when I hear the finance minister and finance secretary say this is only for 11 months. How is GST for 11 months? Please explain to us the mystery of this number. Question number 11. Question number 11. The economic survey, the good doctor that you hired in 2014, a competent doctor, Dr. Arvind Subramaniam, says that two things are worrying him: the fall in savings and the fall in investments. Fall in savings and fall in investments. Unfortunately, please correct me if I'm wrong, nowhere in his budget speech has a finance minister even acknowledged that savings have fallen and investments have fallen. Nowhere. But please understand one more fact. Corporate savings have not fallen, which means corporate profits have been good. Corporate savings are more or less constant. It is household savings which has fallen. Individual household savings has fallen. As a result, gross fixed capital formation has fallen by 5 percentage points during your tenure. From a high of 35%, today it is about 29%. 29% is your GCF. 29% is your GFCF. 5% of GDP is a loss of investments. In that background, I want to ask you the following. Corporation tax is expected to grow next year by only 10.15%. Income tax is expected to grow by 19.88%. But GST is expected to grow by a whopping 67%. GST is an indirect tax. Income tax is a direct tax. Corporate tax is a direct tax. All over the world, all economists are agreed that indirect taxes are regressive and you must give relief in indirect taxes, and income tax and corporate tax are progressive and you must increase them. What have you done? You have increased indirect taxes. You have taxed income tax, individual households, but you have given relief to the corporate sector.
As usual. Nothing new, as usual.
Shall we tell the people? Shall we go out and tell the people that the philosophy of the NDA government's taxation is burden the poor and pat the rich? Shall we go and tell the people? Shall we tell the people that the NDA government believes in burdening the poor people with indirect taxes? Shall we tell the people that the NDA government believes that you must tax individuals, hard-working, middle class, rather than the rich corporate sector?
That's what it is.
These are the 12 questions. I hope the finance minister will answer them in this house. If he is allowed to speak by his fellow members, if he is not allowed to speak by his fellow members, I don't want you to strain yourself. I don't want you to raise your voice and affect your health. I'm willing to take the risk, but I don't want you, finance minister, to take the risk. But please answer these 12 questions. Now, sir, I want to talk about 3 issues. They're not issues. India has made a significant contribution to the English dictionary. The first time I heard this word was from a BJP leader who coined the phrase Chunavi Jumla. I don't know who did it, but somebody did it. Now, this word is India's, NDA, BJP's great contribution to the English language, the word Jumla. I want to give time to my colleagues. I've taken 28 minutes. I'll take another 10 minutes.
Please.
I want to talk about 3 Jumlas. Teen Jumla. We support the triple talaq bill, but we don't support these triple Jumlas. You bring the triple talaq bill, we'll pass it. But don't bring these triple Jumlas. The first Jumla, most of us are from rural constituencies. The first Jumla is the MSP Jumla. Minimum support price Jumla. Dr. Swaminathan said cost plus 50%. For 4 years, you did not implement it. In the first 3 years, you publicly said MSP is inflationary. We will not give you high rise in MSP. I remember in the first year and second year, you gave MSP increases of 5 rupees. 5 rupee MSP increase. I have got the figures of UPA's MSP. 2004 to 2010, MSP in practically every agricultural produce increased by 100%. Sharad Pawar ji bears witness. MSP between 2004 and 2014 increased by 100%. If it was 300 rupees, it became 600 rupees. If it was 500 rupees, it became 1,000 rupees. First 3 years, you cheated the farmers of India. Now suddenly you've woken up and said, we will give you cost. Which cost? Which cost? There are 3 costs. Sir, Mr. Chairman, sir, there are 3 costs. One is A2 cost. A2 is input cost. The second is A2 plus family labor. A2 plus FL. A2 plus family labor. The third cost is land. Cost of rent of land and cost of interest, which is C2 cost. I read your budget speech carefully. You said cost plus 50%. Yes. You even said, I've already given cost plus 50%. They've already given, you said. Which cost, sir? Is it 50% of A2 cost? Or is it 50% of A2 by FL? Is it 50% of C2?
Cheating.
Dr. Ashok Gulati, the most celebrated agricultural economist of this country, has yesterday torn your mask and said, you have not given C2 plus 50%. In only some crops, you have given 50% on A2. Yes. You have not even given it on A2 plus family labor. But what I want to ask is something more important. And Sharad Pawar ji must endorse me on this. Am I right or wrong? You can announce an MSP, but not all farmers get MSP. Yes. Farmers are forced to sell in the market. Most farmers sell at the market price. Suppose the MSP that you give is more than the market price, the farmer is forced to sell in the market. Will you pay the difference between the market price and MSP? If you will pay the difference between the market price and MSP, have you made a budget provision this year?
No budget.
There is a zero budget provision. And yet you say, I am going to give MSP as cost plus 50%. This is a jumla which farmers have already noticed. Open the social media. They will tell you this is a jumla. You have not announced MSP as defined in your budget speech. You are not giving them MSP. And even if you now give them MSP, it will have an impact only for the Kharif crop. But by all accounts, you are going to hold an election even before the Kharif comes. So this is only an election jumla, a chunavi jumla. I will give it to you. Please give it. Second jumla. Second jumla is his jobs jumla. I told you what is the ILO description of a proper job. The economic survey very carefully avoids the issue. The economic survey does not give any number about jobs. What did the finance minister do? The honorable finance minister cited a private, underline, a private research paper of 2 academics who apparently had privileged access to EPFO data. That data is not in the public domain. I asked first, why were only 2 academics given access to data? Jairam Ramesh not get access to the data? Why did Praveen Chakravarti did not get access to the data? Jairam Ramesh and Praveen Chakravarti have punctured holes into that paper of the 2 academics. I also wrote a column. After that, the 2 academics are unwilling to come in a public platform and defend their number. Let's look at their number. Let's look at their number. I have got publicly published numbers of EPFO registered members who are contributing members. Kindly mark my words. I have got the numbers publicly available. Registered contributing members of EPFO. I've got the number for 2013-14, 14-15, 15-16 and 16-17. The difference between one and the other is the increase. I hope I'm right. 2014-15. Honorable Finance Minister must kindly hear this number. 2014-15, when you claim India grew by 7.5%, the increase in number was 23 lakhs. In the second year, 2015-16, when you claim that India's GDP grew by 8.2%, the increase was 27 lakhs. And in 2016-17, when India's GDP, according to your number, has fallen to 7.1%, the increase in number is 75 lakhs. Worse, for 2017-18, when you admit India's GDP is falling further to 6.5%, you are claiming 70 lakh jobs have been created. This must be the only country in the world where GDP falls but employment increases. So, there is a moral. Sharadji, there is a moral to the story. This is the only country which says GDP is falling, employment is increasing. So, how do you increase employment? How do you increase employment? Push the GDP down, go down. Let the GDP go down. It goes to 5%, it will increase. Goes to 4%, it will increase. Go to 3%, it will increase. What kind of jumla is this? Chunavi jumla.
Mother of all jumlas. Mother of all jumlas. Chidambaram ji, say mother of all jumlas.
Sir, I want to tell you where the jobs are. Where are the jobs? I'll tell you. I come from Shivaganga district. I have the honor of representing Maharashtra now, but my old district was Shivaganga. There are two Kendriya Vidyalayas there. Just give an example. All of you can give these numbers from your constituency. There are two Kendriya Vidyalayas. One Kendriya Vidyalaya sanctioned strength 40 teachers, 13 vacancies. Another Kendriya Vidyalaya sanctioned strength 35, 6 vacancies. I've got a CSIR laboratory in Karakudi. Sanctioned strength 155 scientists, 40 posts are vacant.
My God.
CRPF, 24,450 vacancies. BSF, 10,176 vacancies. CISF, 15,232 vacancies. Seema Suraksha Bal, 18,767 vacancies. ITBP, 7,540 vacancies. Assam Rifle, 2,279 vacancies. Total vacancies in paramilitary forces is 78,000.
My God!
Why don't you fill these jobs? There are vacancies in judges. Calcutta High Court, sanctioned strength 72. Number of judges are 29. There are vacancies of doctors, vacancies of nurses, vacancies of paramedical personnel, vacancies of medical technicians. Why don't you fill those vacancies? I will tell you, right under your nose, in this great city of Delhi, which the LG controls, which doesn't allow the government to function, the LG controls. LG says, I will take all decisions. I will take all decisions. Right in Delhi, under your LG, in the prisons department, 2,705 posts, 1,087 are vacant. Delhi Fire Service, 3,629 sanctioned posts, 1,541 are vacant. Revenue Department, 1,706 posts, 863 are vacant. Education Department, teachers, 10,312 vacancies. Guru Tej Bahadur Hospital, 817 vacancies. Health Services, 555 vacancies. Lok Nayak Hospital, 1,022 vacancies. Public Works Department, 1,043 vacancies. Services Department, 5,923 vacancies. Total vacancies in Delhi alone is 36,000.
Oh my God!
Why don't you fill them?
इसी बात पे पानी पीजिए. Have little water.
Why don't you fill them?
क्या बात? Have little.
Pondicherry represents.
Pondicherry. That doesn't.
It is the same story everywhere in central government. Instead of telling people, this is a job, that is a job. Why don't you fill these vacancies? Why don't you appoint doctors? Why don't you appoint nurses? Why don't you appoint teachers?
Yeah. Answer.
Skill development is Pakoda Taloi.
The last jumla is this grand, world's largest government-funded health program.
Yes.
This is the biggest jumla. World's largest government-funded medical care program. Sir, this is the world's largest unfunded government jumla. Not 1 rupee. Not 1 rupee has been allotted.
Sir, come to this side. Mic is here.
Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, RSBY, was announced when Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad was health minister in the year 2008. It was a modest program with a coverage of 30,000. Modest program, coverage was 30,000. In 2016-17, the Honorable Finance Minister of this government announced a national health scheme to cover 6 crore families, coverage of 1 lakh.
Mr. Fernandez was Labour Minister.
In 2016-17 budget, kindly go back and read that budget speech. 2016-17 budget, this very government announced the National Health Scheme to cover 6 crore families with a coverage of 1 lakh. Where was the scheme? There was no scheme. Cabinet did not approve a scheme. No money was provided. The scheme was quietly buried. The scheme was quietly buried. 2 years later, you announce another scheme. This scheme is, we will cover 10 crore families up to 5 lakhs. For 6 crore families up to 1 lakh, you didn't provide a rupee, you buried it in 2 years. And now you say, I will cover 10 crore families up to 5 lakhs. People will believe this. State governments have their own scheme. Many state governments have their own scheme. Andhra has a scheme, Tamil Nadu has a scheme, Kerala has got a scheme. I have looked at all the schemes. They cover up to 1 lakh. I've added up the premium. The premium of all the states which have schemes. Kindly note these numbers. The premium contribution of all these states which have got smaller schemes is 1 lakh crore a year. Wow. For coverage of 1 lakh for all the states put together is 1 lakh crore. If you want to cover up to 5 lakhs, what will be the premium? At 1%, premium is 50,000 rupees. For 10 crore families, it is 50,000 crore rupees. At 2% is 1 lakh crore. At 3%, which I believe will be the right premium, at 3% it will be 1.5 lakh crore. Forget 1.5 lakh crore. Let us take the middle number, 1 lakh crore. For 1 lakh crore, where is the provision?
Yeah, no provision at all. No provision.
I heard the finance minister, and I saw it reported in the paper. I will raise additional resources. I will raise additional resources. 5 crucial words. 5 words. When will you raise additional resources? From where will you raise additional resources? The new cess has already been accounted for. The new cess has already been accounted for on the revenue side. Expenditure has been provided. Deficit is 3.5. So where will you raise resources? The only way you will raise resources is the way you know. Increase the taxation on petrol and diesel. That is what you will do. Where will you raise 1 lakh crore? There is no way you can raise 1 lakh crore in the remainder of the next year. This is the biggest jumla that this government has given us. Sir, I want to conclude by saying something. You have ruled this country for 4 years. I'm not saying you've done nothing. In fact, in television interviews, they asked me, did you find nothing in the budget? I said no. If somebody writes a 167 paragraph speech, there are bound to be some nuggets. Bound to be. You've announced 24 medical colleges, we welcome it. You've announced a 9,000 kilometer highway, we welcome it. You've announced, thank God you've not cut money for the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, we welcome it. In half a dozen schemes you have cut money. You have kept the allocation same for Magan Rega. You should have increased it, but thank God for small mercies you have not cut it. But that is not the point. The point is, ever since you came into office when the people had given you a massive mandate, 282 seats. I always tell my friends, we've all been ministers at some time or other. I always tell my friends, unfortunately, in none of those 10 years did our party have an absolute majority. You had an absolute majority in the Lok Sabha. More than that, 2013-14, according to your own number, not my number, according to your own number, economy was growing at 6.4%. Crude oil prices had dropped to below $40. You should have taken India to what your doctor calls the boom years. Dr. Arvind Subramaniam, 2005 to 2011 as a boom years. You should have taken India to the boom years. Unfortunately, your record is 7.5, 8.2, 7.1, 6.5, and the next year will come to 6%.
Yeah.
This is your record. No jobs, farmers in distress. No jobs, farmers in distress. Education outcomes are pathetic. Health outcomes are pathetic. I'll tell you something about our children. When I spoke about it in a Kolhapur convocation, I had tears in my eyes. And if you hear this, you will have tears in your eyes. 1 out of every 2 children in this country is malnourished. 1 out of 3 children in this country is stunted. 1 out of 5 children in this country is wasted. Look at our educational outcomes. Look at the ASER report. A child of class 8, class 5 cannot read a second standard textbook. These are the problems. These are the problems you must address. Instead of addressing these problems, you're going to leave behind an economy that is limping. Investments are falling. Credit growth is sluggish. Jobs are not being created. Exports have not crossed the high of $300 billion of 2013-14. You are leaving behind an economy that is limping. Your doctor has given you what the state of health is. Your doctor is a good doctor. Even if he went to Harvard, he's a good doctor. He's a good doctor. Listen to him. Listen to his diagnosis. Listen to his prescription. Listen to his course of treatment and kindly do a mid-course correction. All that we can do in the last year of this government is hope that there will not be another budget of this government. Thank you.
Wow, what a beautiful.
Thank you, Mr. Chidambaram. You had a very good experience. We listened to you calmly. Next is